My phone wouldn't stop vibrating. I was standing on a glass balcony in Switzerland, snow resting on the mountains like a held breath, when the screen lit up again, and again. 99 missed calls, all from the same number I hadn't saved in 7 years. I didn't answer. I already knew who it was. The past doesn't knock politely. It panics when it realizes you survived without it. I watched my reflection in the glass. Older, quieter, sharper, a man carved by silence. Somewhere behind me, the villa hummed softly, warm, controlled, mine. The phone buzzed again. A voicemail slipped through. A woman's voice, young, arrogant. "If you want to join Thanksgiving, come wash the dishes." She laughed as she said it, like I was still beneath her. My daughter-in-law. I smiled, not with my mouth, with memory. 7 years ago, my wife had slammed a door in my face and said, "You'll be back begging in a month." She believed that. Everyone did. I tapped one message, typed one word, enjoy. Then I went back inside. 7 years earlier, I was still naive enough to think money bought loyalty. The company had started as an idea scribbled on my kitchen table, my capital, my risk, my sleepless nights. When it grew teeth, my wife's father suddenly saw potential. He stepped in as advisor, then partner, then judge. My wife changed too. Her eyes stopped asking questions and started measuring me. Meetings happened without me. Decisions were made in rooms I wasn't invited into. When I spoke, conversations paused, smiles tightened. I felt it before I understood it. Betrayal has a temperature. The room goes cold before the knife appears. The day they fired me, they didn't raise their voices. They didn't have to. Her father slid the papers across the table, calm, legal, surgical. "You were never essential," he said gently. My wife didn't look at me. She stared at the contract like it was scripture. "You'll thank us one day," she added. I signed. Not because I believed them, because I was already planning my exit. What they never understood was this. I didn't lose a company. I shed dead weight. I disappeared quietly. No court battles, no screaming, no dramatic speeches, just silence. I let them believe I broke. I let my wife believe I was ashamed. While they celebrated control, I audited every step they'd taken. I watched filings, followed money, learned who was loyal to profit, not people. I rebuilt offshore, different name, different structure, same mind. Success tastes different when it's fueled by restraint. Years passed. Their company grew loud. Mine grew precise. I married again, to solitude, to discipline. Then the calls started. First from my ex-wife, then from her father, then from numbers I didn't recognize. I ignored all of them, until the voicemail, until the insult. They still thought I was beneath them. That's when I sent the photos. One image, the villa, the lake, the snow-capped Alps reflected in glass. No caption, just truth. The phone exploded. 71 calls. My ex-wife's voice came through shaking. "Please, just answer." Her father left 3 messages, none of them confident. The 4th was desperate. Their company was collapsing. A regulatory audit, frozen accounts, investors pulling out, all triggered by a quiet acquisition, mine. I already owned 48%, the rest would fall by morning. They never saw me, because they never imagined I'd return as the shadow. I answered one call. My ex-wife was crying. "You planned this," she whispered. I looked out at the mountains. "No," I said calmly. "I adapted." Silence. Then the truth spilled out of her like blood from a reopened wound. They had burned bridges, embezzled, lied. They needed me. Thanksgiving arrived. I didn't attend. Instead, I sent a legal notice. Control transferred, board dissolved, assets restructured. Her father was removed for health reasons. My ex-wife lost everything but her pride, and that cracked last. She called once more. "Please," she said, "for old times." I remembered the door slamming, the certainty in her voice. You'll be back begging." I kept my voice level. "You were right," I said. "Someone is begging." I ended the call. That night I toasted alone. Not to revenge, to clarity. I don't hate them. Hate requires attachment. I simply outgrew the version of myself that needed their approval. The past didn't catch up to me. It collapsed under its own weight. Sometimes my phone still lights up. I never check. The mountains don't care who betrayed you. They stand anyway. And so do I. Cold. Unreachable. Finished.